Pam, anybody who's working in church world these days, and certainly anybody who's working with young people in church, knows that there are ways in which we don't have the wind at our back anymore, but it seems that we're pitching into a headwind. We aren't seeing children remain in the church. We aren't seeing millennials and young people come back to the church in the same numbers. So we've got a whole country of church thinkers, academic theologians, psychologists, ministers trying to reflect on the way forward in the face of these challenges. And I know you've given this some thought. What's the thought you want to share with us today about how we might rethink church?
Yeah, it's such an important question, right? We heard that in the room today. One of the things that I've been thinking about is that what is the church? And this is not a new question. And even as we drove through New Haven, you pointed out, here's the Congregational Church, the four walls, the green lawn. In California, we don't have green lawns anymore. We're in a drought. But I think we really need to get beyond thinking of the church as just four walls and what happens within those four walls. And when I think about the work that FYI, Fuller Youth Institute, has done on growing young and what they have revealed about churches that draw young people in, there's a real sense of dynamism and being a dynamic congregation. And I feel like when the Reformed Church started, we had an understanding of being human. So I'm going to go back to the Imago Dei and the image of God that really focused a lot on reason as a way humans image God. And that our congregations were created in such a way that really played at that or fed that. And I think in this day and age, as we have a theology that's deeper than what we're accessing to inform how we do ecclesiology. And I wonder that if we look at more dynamic understandings of the imago, so I like to think of actually imaging God more than bearing a rigid image of God, but that we actually image God by relating to others, by responding to the commission in Genesis 1 of tending to the earth, fulfilling our vocation. That sense of imaging God and being image bearers is more profound than where we've been. And when you think about it, because I like semantic twists, historically we've prepared people for pretty static roles, like, to be a missions pastor or to be a youth pastor. That's what seminaries have often done. Or you come into a church for a specific role, like a ring bearer. A ring bearer marches down the aisle. I think the church needs to focus not on producing more ring bearers, but more dynamic image bearers. And when we image God, that changes in different seasons of history and life. And we need to enable young people to continue to discern and understand how they can continue to image God wherever God calls them. But I don't think our congregations are preparing people to think like that. They prepare them for a static role. You're a Christian, you're an attorney, you do it this way. But we need to enable people to think more vocationally about what is the ongoing call on their life and that sense of sending them out into the world. So, image bearers, not ring bearers.